From LALATE News Headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings LALATE.
It's a big morning with a big update on your fourth stimulus check for 2021. How are you? Good morning. Boy, in this recording, we're going to have a big update about your fourth stimulus check of 2021, your fifth stimulus check of 2021, and the big money of the third stimulus check package that's about to go live this coming week. A lot of money across the board. In this recording, we're going to go over the fourth stimulus check first. That's that monthly stimulus check you'll get under the fourth stimulus package, the single biggest payout ever in this series channel. We'll go over who gets it, when you get it, and how much money it is. Then we'll cut over to fourth stimuluses, other items that are not slated to be added, but should be added. What is slated to expire under the third stimulus package? You're going to be surprised. I'm going to go over the items you need to push to have included in the fourth stimulus package. Then we cut to the fifth stimulus package, the incredible SSI SSDI, Social Security Railroad Benefits reform that's coming in the fall. And guess what? The fifth stimulus package has a lot of money in there for single people, for people who aren't married couples, and people that don't have children, and including seniors. And I'll have all the incredible details for that as well. The toast is toasted, the butter is buttering. I'm here, you're here, and we're gonna have a great morning because there's a lot of money happening. And guess what? There's thousands of dollars of new money coming live next week. I'm gonna show you how you get that as well. This is Mornings LALATE. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Mornings LALATE, and in an extended broadcast, this might be a little bit longer. We're starting a little bit later, but boy, I got a lot of big money to deliver to you in this recording. We're going to go over fourth stimulus check, the monthly stimulus check. Then we're going to go over the items on the third stimulus package that are going live that are paying you money starting next week. And then also the items on the third stimulus package that are set to expire that you want to put into the fourth stimulus package. And then we're going to the fifth stimulus package this fall. The money you're going to get from that, even if you have no kids. Really exciting, great news. I'm so excited you joined me. Make sure you subscribe. If you're new to this channel and just found it, this is the most comprehensive, the most in-depth, the most accurate, and the most fun 24-hour a day, 7 days a week financial news channel. Now approaching 400,000 subscribers. Wow, massive YouTube record. No one has ever done this. So consider becoming a subscriber. It's free, so you don't miss a recording throughout the day. Also, like this video. 3,000 likes. It really helps in the algorithm ranking so that this video ranks first. Also, consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. And you get access to all the documents, the PDFs, before anyone else about what's in each of these laws. The link's at the top of the chat and in the pinned comment. All right, let's get to the incredible great news. Fourth stimulus is the fourth stimulus package that will deliver you a fourth stimulus check. And I don't mean one check. I mean monthly checks starting in the month of July. It's the single biggest payout you've ever seen in the history of this channel. Who gets it? How much is it? How do you get it? When you get it? I'll go over all those details starting right now. That fourth stimulus check has slight differences if you're looking at the House plan versus the Senate plan. The House members, who are Democrats, have written the bill, and it provides under Tlaib and Jalapal's writings of their bill a stimulus check starting the first month of $2,000, and then a $1,000 reoccurring monthly stimulus payment throughout the rest of the pandemic, and then 1 year thereafter. So that's a very long time. Let me compare the House plan to the Senate plan. So you just saw the House plan. That is the remainder of the pandemic, a stimulus check every month, and then a check every month thereafter for 1 year. So let's say the pandemic has 4 more months to it. You would get 4 months and then an additional 1 year after that. That would be 16 months of checks. The senators would give you stimulus checks between now and December. So less checks, but let's see if the senators actually pay you more money. The senators are moderate Democrats. The House members are progressives. And then we see the monthly amounts. We just saw that the House members want to give you the first month $2,000, $1,000 thereafter. The senators' amount is unknown, but word on the street is it's this amount. Word on the street is the senators want to pay you $2,000 a month, which is $12,000 over 6 months, or $1,400 a month over 6 months, which is $8,400. Now, a series of YouTube channels this week and even today and yesterday were putting $2,000 in their thumbnail, saying that senators have vowed to give you $2,000. They have not. There is absolutely nothing in writing assuming that $2,000 is the law or will be the law. It is a talking point only. It could still be $1,400. It could still be the $1,000 of the House members. So if you see someone with a YouTube channel that has $2,000 in the image of the thumbnail or the title, don't watch them. They're not delivering the correct news. Now, how would you get these checks? How many checks would you get, and when would you get it? And is it income? Let me go over all those great neat details right now this morning. First, you would get this if you got the third stimulus check. Easy breezy. That's how we do it here. If you made less than $75,000, you get this one. Married couple, $150,000 or less, you get this one. Just double the checks. Household 4 or less, you would get this one. And if there are 4 people in the household, you quadruple the number. And then if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, or Railroad benefits, or veterans benefits, you would get this as well. It is not income. It's not a taxable event. It would not disqualify you from benefits. It's easy breezy like that across the board. When would it start? It would start in the month of July, paid in the month of July. So you would get the month of July paid in the month of July. There would not be any waves of checks like the third stimulus package because it's a monthly payment. So they got to get that every month, in the month of July, in the month of August, in the month of September. And there you go. How would they get this to the finish line? This would go by what's called a reconciliation process, which is a 2-month legislative process that starts in the House with a procedural bill. Do you agree to a reconciliation? We do. Off to the Senate. Do you agree to reconciliation? Yep. President signs into law. Then they come back and write the substantive bill. Yeah, there are 2 bills they got to write over 2 months. The second bill is a substantive bill, and that is where those House and senators write the bill and then add in there those monthly stimulus checks. What's important to understand is that when we're looking at the reconciliation process is a 2-month process. It just takes 2 months, but that those add-ons come from both the House or the senators. The House members will get the president's 4th stimulus package, which is roads, infrastructure, and climate. And that add on at least the stimulus checks. They may add more than that. The House members could add the stimulus checks when it's in the House, or wait till it gets to the Senate and then add in the stimulus checks when it gets to the Senate. And that add on in the Senate would happen only during the final 48 hours during what's called a vote-a-rama. A vote-a-rama is a 2-day event during the final 48 hours of this bill at which those senators add amendments to the provisions. And those amendments would include those monthly stimulus checks. Later in this recording, I'm going to go over what that vote-a-rama should also add, because there's a series of items expiring in the 4th stimulus package that you may not want to expire. So there you go. That is the 4th stimulus check. That is the 4th stimulus package. And that is your 4th stimulus check and 4th stimulus package update for 2021 today. It looks like a lot of money, but wait till you see the second half of this recording, because it pales in comparison to the other money that's coming to other people. Yes, the president's proposing to pay upwards of $80,000 a person. I have all those details coming up in the second recording, but again, here's the graphic for this 4th stimulus package. All right, so now that you see that, what is also happening this coming week? Well, 3rd stimulus package has a series of items coming live this week. 4th stimulus needs a series of items added to it. And also, fifth stimulus is heating up. I'm going to go over fifth stimulus at the second half of this recording after the 15-minute mark. Stay with me to the very end. There's a lot in the show today, folks. But let me go over what is currently not slated to be included in the fourth stimulus package that you, Purple Power, may want to add in there when they get the bill to the Votorama. The viewers of this channel I affectionately call Purple Power. It's a term and a community I created that describes their push to get things legislatively added, and they've been very successful over the last year. Here's what you, Purple Power, may want to add to the fourth stimulus package that is slated to expire. There are three categories of items that are all in the third stimulus package that are not currently slated to return to the fourth stimulus package. And many of these date back to the very first stimulus package of March when the pandemic started. They may be going away. If you don't want them to go away, then push to get them included. What are they? The categories are unemployment, home renters items, and then finally the business stuff. So let's go over the details. All the federal unemployment stuff is slated to go away. PEUC, FPUC, PUA, all federal instruments created under the first stimulus package, CARES Act 1, 2020, all slated to go away, not currently slated to be extended by the fourth stimulus package. Push, Purple Power, if you think they should be extended. Second, all the money for the rental stuff slated to go away. Rent assistance, utility assistance, mortgage assistance, homeowners assistance, utility assistance for property owners, and also rent eviction moratorium and mortgage forbearance, all slated to go away. And then finally, the business items, really surprising. The PPP created under the CARES Act 1, slated to go away. EIDL grant, EIDL loan, shutter venue grant, restaurant grant, all slated to go away as well. Yeah. So if you want them to get continued, push Purple Power and get them continued. All right. So then we have some really great news. There's some really great news because there's a series of items going live next week that could pay you a lot of money. I'm going to go over those items right now. And there was a series of items that went live for big money last week. Did you catch them? If you didn't, I'll go over them right now as well. Really incredible, great news. The first ones that are going live next week, oh, I'm excited for you. It's the purple money. I may bring back that show because now is sort of the time to bring it back. The purple money is the rent, the utilities, the homeowners assistance, and the homeowners utilities are going live starting next week. Why? Because this is third stimulus money that's landing in the States next week in May. Yeah, they had it in second stimulus. It's expired. Now they're getting a new plenishing of the funds in third stimulus. It's so much money. And if you work with me in January of this year, I said to viewers that, yeah, you're going to get a stimulus check of $1,400. But please understand, this purple money, I refer to it, is the big payout. It's $5,000 to $20,000 of money. Let's go over the money right now. First, the rent. Rent is generally 6 to 12 months of rent, so it's about $5,000. Second, the property owner's mortgage assistance is available. The property owner's utilities is available, and the renter's utilities is available. That's usually about 3 to 6 months. That's usually about $1,000. So that brings you up to about $6,000. And then there is money for SNAP benefits for everyone. Remember that the rent, the mortgage, and the SNAP, which is food, is available to everyone who makes less than $75,000. Yes, if you're on SSI or SSDI, you can get this. I always have someone drop in the comments, I don't qualify for it, I'm on SNAP. No, it's actually, I don't qualify for it, I'm on SSDI. No, it's the reverse, you do qualify for it. The only people who don't qualify for people above that threshold. How much money is SNAP? Oh, it's a lot of money, people. It's a lot of money. It's the single biggest success story of this channel in the last few months is the SNAP money. If you're a family of four in Hawaii, before the pandemic, you would get $1,400 a month. But Trump and Biden gave you a 1 year 15% increase to your SNAP benefits. So now that family of four gets $1,600 a month, approximately, which over a year, well, actually more than $600 a month, but over a year, it's about $16,000. $16,000 on top of the $5,000 to $10,000 for rent. Look how much, and utility. Please look how much money I'm giving you. We're at least over $10,000 for assistance that's coming live under third stimulus. If you need help getting that, reach out to the volunteers. They're at the community page. They're covered after the commercial break. Also going live, boy, last Friday, 2 days ago, the restaurant grant just went live, not just for restaurants. It's at sba.gov. Also, the Shutter Venue Grant just went live. I think it was on Thursday. That's not just for shutters. It's not just for venues. It's also for drapes. It's at sba.gov. I have a gut reaction. It's just speculative, but I have a gut reaction that the EIDL grant of $5,000 will go live next week. Watch for that. The $10,000 EIDL grant from 2020 is live. They're inviting those people to get that. And what else is going live next week? Wow, 2 other items. Here is the 2 other items. You know, over the last, I don't know what it's been, the last 2 weeks, there is at least 2 large YouTube channels that are just making fabricated video after fabricated video. And one of them is saying, first of all, that Talib and Jalapal want to give you a stimulus check for only 6 months. Well, for the end of the pandemic. No, their bill actually says pandemic plus 1 year. But of those 2 YouTube channels, one of them is also saying you're getting a $10,200 check starting this month from IRS, and it's stimulus. No, you're not. No, you're not. In fact, no one is. There is no $10,000 $200 check. And it's not, and it's certainly not stimulus. Let me explain what you are getting starting next week. If you had unemployment in 2020 and you filed a tax return and paid taxes on your unemployment benefits to the federal government will return that portion of your taxes that you paid on the first $10,200 of unemployment. So here's an example. Let's say you had $9,000 of unemployment benefits last year. You filed your 2020 tax return. You paid $100 on that unemployment in taxes. And the remainder of your tax bill, you had other stuff that went on your life last year, was about $5,000. How much are you getting back from the federal government starting this coming week? Not $10,000, not $5,000, $100. You only get back the taxes you paid on the portion of the unemployment you got paid for 2020. So no one is getting a $10,200 check, and it's not stimulus, and it's certainly not a profit. It's basically you paid something, you're getting it back. You're not making money on it. Again, it's only the portion of the tax bill that you pay taxes on your unemployment for the 2020 tax return you filed. All right, the second one is also being butchered by YouTube channels. They're saying that people are automatically getting $3,600 or $3,000 starting next month, prorated for parents who have children. Also untrue. Let me go over that one. If you have a child, 17 and newborn, you're getting either $3,600 or $3,000 starting in the month of July, prorated, which is either $300 or $250 a month if 2 events have occurred. One, you make less than $75,000, and second, the IRS knows the child exists. Yeah, if they don't know the child exists, you're not getting a penny. So it's not automatic. It's not automatic whatsoever if they don't know the child exists. So here are the 2 scenarios that you need to be abreast of, because guess what? Your 2020 tax return is due in a couple of days. We're coming up on that new deadline. Remember, it's extended to early May. You're coming up on that deadline. You get that tax return on file. What are the two people that need to file that tax return? One, a person who never files a tax return. Then if you never file a tax return, you are not getting paid for that child because they don't know the child exists because you're not filing tax returns. Go to your tax preparer ASAP to get that 2020 tax return on file before its deadline comes up. Second, you do file tax returns, but you haven't been listing that child because maybe the child is newly born or something just happened. So you need to get that tax return on file as well. And now you're up to date on everything in the third stimulus package, the big money coming to you starting next week. The fourth stimulus package, the items that you should push to include in the fourth stimulus package, that is your fourth stimulus check update of 2021. But guess what? In the fifth stimulus package, there's a lot of money for single people. There's a lot of money in there for seniors. And I'm going to cover all those details for you after the commercial break, in addition to the SSI reform that is in the fifth stimulus package as well. Stay with me. I'll be back in 60 seconds. But first, here's a little bit about the community page that appears, whose link appears in the description to this video. I'll be back in 60 seconds. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.lalate.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues in about 2 hours from now with Noontime LALATE. It's a live broadcast just like this one, so jump into that live show. Thank you, Dana Robinson, for the very nice super chat. Dancing Bear in the room. And also, thank you, that was Dana Robinson. And also, thank you, Jerry Wright, for the dancing lemon. I think it's a lemon, not a pear. I don't want to mess up the fruit here. So Mornings LALATE, you're watching right now live, and I'm back in 2 hours from now with Noontime LALATE. And then after that, 2 hours after that, is Afternoons LALATE. It's a full programming schedule today of live shows. I'm looking forward to seeing you in all those shows. And then we go into our evening schedules of programming. That's Afternoons LALATE at 6 p.m., then Evenings LALATE at 8 p.m., and then LA Late Night. It's easy to recall the schedule. It's a new show every 2 hours. And guess what? If you are out and about throughout the day, you can always catch the shows archived on the channel if you miss any show throughout the day. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. I want you part of this community. I want to thank everyone for being so kind and just being a very wonderful, wonderful, loving community. I've seen a lot of really nice comments the last 48 hours. Amens and God bless and early Mother's Day wishes and just people very, very kind lately. I want to really thank everyone. Also, if you are a new viewer to this channel and you're in the live chat, say, hi, I'm new, I'm a newbie. And if you see someone, or in the comments, if you see someone new, say, hi, how are you? Interact with them. I want this channel to be a very inviting community. I don't want it to be cliquish. I want you to be inviting to new people and just extend your wishes to help, thanking them for becoming part of this incredible community. Also, like this video. It really helps in the algorithm rankings. 2,000-3,000 likes. And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. All right, so let's get now to the excitement of the fifth stimulus package. The fifth stimulus package bears resemblance to the fourth stimulus package for several reasons. One, the procedure of it will be exactly the same. It will go by the reconciliation process, which I detailed early in this video for you for the fourth stimulus package. It would start in September. It would take 2 months with 2 bills. It would be done by about late October, approximately. And then there would be another add-on. It wouldn't be stimulus checks because those would still be continuing through September. The add-on for this one would be the SSI reform. Now, it's more than just SSI. I'll explain that to you in a second. And we have that incredible letter detailing what is going to be added in there. Remember, these are Democrats who are going to add this reform. Let me go over the items for you broadly, and then I'll go over them specifically. They're going to increase your benefits, increase your asset limits, add an inflationary benchmark, remove the income exclusion, and then remove the marriage penalty. Okay, now, so let me cut back and go over the specifics so you understand it. Easy breezy, easy to understand. That's how I do it on this channel. First, they're going to increase your benefits. Who's you? SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans benefits, SSA, Social Security, survivor benefits. So let's say you've been on you've been on Social Security for 20 years. They're going to increase your benefits. Yep. What if your husband was on benefits and you get his check? He's now deceased. Yes. What if you're on multiple benefits? Yes. Are they going to do this retro? No, there won't be any retroness to this. So that is the new number that would kick in. And then what? They would add an inflationary benchmark. So your benefits are increased every December based upon now inflation. That would be the proposal. Inflation is set to go up 2 to 4% over the next few years, so you'll do well with this. Inflation is tied to things like milk and eggs and gas and things like that. So inflation goes through the roof, your benefits will go through the roof. Then they're going to remove the asset cap. It dates back to a 1984 law. For some of you can't keep more than $3,000 on hand. They're getting rid of it. And then they're getting rid of the income exclusion. It dates back to a 1962 law that says you can't work and take in more than a certain amount of money. They're going to get rid of it. So if you want to work and want to bring in $1,000 or $2,000 a month, they will let you do that. And then finally, the marriage penalty. If you suffer it, you know what it is. If you don't suffer it, you don't need to worry about it. The marriage penalty, they're kicking it to the curb. Thank goodness. So when would this happen? This would happen around around November-ish. Again, this is a 2-month bill, and you would see the benefits hit your account in around November, and then the step up would kick in December. Easy breezy across the board, and that is your fifth stimulus check update of 2021 for purposes of the SSI reform. But guess what? There's about 20 plus provisions to the fifth stimulus package. And if you're a member to this channel, you get this every single day. I'm going to go over the items in there. And guess what? While the first few are about children, the rest are not. They're for you. Single individuals have stuff in here for fifth stimulus. Seniors have stuff in here for fifth stimulus. Almost every viewer of this channel gets something under fifth stimulus. It's really good. And let me go over the details with you right now. So under fifth stimulus, it starts with a few things for children. Child care services increase child care costs. Then the next one is paid medical leave and family leave. Now, this is not just for parents, and it's not just for medical. For example, if you work and you have a stalker and have to stay home, they'll pay up to 12 weeks of benefits. Yep, that's actually how it's written. All right, the next one is free preschool. Then 2 years of free community college, then Pell's grants, then increasing the college grant program. So let's stop there. I love the college grant program. I think they should do a lot more than that. I love it. Remember, the third stimulus package has $1,700 for college students. Reach out to your financial advisor. It's not an automatic check you get in the mail, so reach out to your financial advisor. As the community college and the preschool, I don't like it because it says every child. Why every child? It basically, the way it's written, it sounds as if a billionaire will have their 3 to 4-year-olds sent to preschool on the American tax dollar. Why? And a billionaire who wants their kid to go to community college would get it done on the American tax dollar. Why? They need to do income exclusions on this one. $75,000 single individual, just like a stimulus check. Married couple, $150,000. That's who should get this benefit. Same as a stimulus check. Then we go to 2 years of college. If the single parent makes $125,000 or less, I don't like this either. If you're making 6 figures a year as a single parent, we got to pay for your kids' college tuition. No, it should be the same as a stimulus check. $75,000 or less will help you. Married couple, $150,000 or less, you get it. And then we have the great stuff that helps a lot of viewers this channel. There is more money for the SNAP. Boy, I mean, SNAP is one of the best things in this country. It is one of the real success stories this channel this year is people who never knew about SNAP got SNAP, and it's just so great. I think they should do more. I love this in here, but I think it should be bigger. I think they should do the 15% increase for a few more years. I think they should increase SNAP across the board. Then they want to keep the lower insurance premiums from the third stimulus package as law permanently. I like this as well. This is for everyone. So these are the lower insurance premiums of the third stimulus package. And finally, the last three ones, which are the most controversial. Let me go through each of them one at a time. First is to make the earned income tax credit as written in the third stimulus package law. I love this, but it needs to go bigger. The third stimulus package law currently says if you're 19 years or older, you worked as an essential worker, hazard pay, made less than $25,000 a year, we'll give you a $1,504 earned income tax credit on your tax return. I love it. But here's what I would do. Make the number bigger and make the eligibility broader. I've gotten countless DMs from people saying, wait a second, I made $29,000. I'm not going to get this. I'm cut out of this. It's not fair. So I would make the income level much higher. Let's say 30,000, 35,000, 40,000. It should be higher. And then I would make the money higher, 1,504. What is $1,500 as a tax credit? It's very small. Make it bigger. If you worked as an essential worker, if you worked as a hazard pay, make it bigger. Next, the childcare costs. This is great. So the childcare costs, they want to make the third stimulus package, the childcare costs permanent. What is it? It's currently one child, you can deduct up to 50% of your childcare costs, or $5,000. And then if you have two or more kids, 50% up to $8,000. And they want to make that permanent. I think it's great. Again, I think it's too small. I think it's too small. Let's say you got 4 kids, and let's say you got $20,000 in childcare costs. They only want to give you $8,000. Why? I mean, why? You spent the money. It's not costing the federal government any money. It's a deduction. If you're spending the money, give the person the deduction. You want the people to spend the money, and especially it's childcare costs. If they have childcare costs, let them spend the money. So let them have the deduction. So I would increase this across the board. I think it's great, but I think it needs to go bigger. And then finally, the last one, which I don't like at all, you don't like it either, is to make that $3,600 for the children a 6-year program. So let's just use the number 4,000 to make it easier. The president wants to give $24,000 to a 6-year-old. No, I mean, we're not giving it to adults. We're not giving it to people who worked or lost their jobs. We're not giving them $24,000 of EIDL grants. Why are we giving a 4-year-old who doesn't contribute to the economy $24,000? No way. It makes no sense. But here's where it's actually worse. The president originally wanted it for 17 years of that child. And his staff, his administration pushed back, said, no, Mr. President, you can't get that much. Let's just do 6 years, 24,000. Well, guess what? The guy who writes the reconciliation bill, a lot of it in this House, is Representative Richard Neal, head of Ways and Means. He's introduced a standalone bill to do exactly what the president wanted, 17 years at $4,000 a year, which is $80,000 for a child. No, it's too much money. I don't like it, and I think it needs to be cut. Let me go over who pays for fourth stimulus now that you've heard all that. Who pays for fourth stimulus and fifth stimulus? First, fifth stimulus, it will be paid by capital gains taxes raised and personal taxes raised. And then fourth stimulus will be paid by changing the corporate tax rate. Now, here's another problem I have with what the president's doing. He's not keeping his promise. He had told the American people, even last week, even during the campaign, and even earlier this year, that he will not touch the tax rate for single individuals if you make less than $400,000. Well, guess what? He is. He's not keeping his promise. He is doing a numbers game by saying that for married couples, guess which ones he's touching? He's not touching 800,000 or more, which is 400 times 2. He's doing it 600,000. Wait a second. 600,000 for 2 people is 300,000 a person. You are touching it at less than 400,000 a person. So yes, he wants to change the tax rate for married couple for fifth stimulus for calculating a single person rate of 300,000 a person, and also for capital gains for married couple. It should be 800,000. And there you go. With that, I'm so excited for you in a great day across the board. It's been a full day, and there's a lot of people in the room. I see James, and I see Crystal Hunter. How are you? And Linda Cole and Renee. And there's Anne. How are you, Anne? And there's Lisa Vaughn and Sprite Bride Yvonne. What a beautiful name. And Jason Drummond. How do I get the food cart? Oh, for SNAP, you reach out to your Department of Agriculture in your state or call 211. And remember, every day on this channel at the first afternoon's LA show, which is in 4 hours from now, I devote almost the entire show to answering your questions on air. So let me also show you that programming schedule coming up. It's very important because if you do have questions, certainly, and I don't catch them in the other shows, join me on that one. I'm back in 2 hours from now with Noontime LA at 2 p.m. But then in Afternoons LA at 4 p.m., the whole show of 30 minutes is devoted to your questions. So bring the questions if they don't get answered in the earlier shows. That's the first Afternoon LA show is our Q&A. And then I'm back with the tape shows in the afternoon, which I'm in the live chat. The tape shows are Afternoons LA, the Big Hit Show, then Evenings LA, and then LA Late Night, the Irreverent Sir Lloyd and Javita Late with their humor-only broadcast. And with that, thank you for a wonderful morning. And boy, I'm so excited for you. If I did not catch your questions during this recording, jump into the next show. I'll try to catch them as well. It's a big morning across the board. And if you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, just a few days away, just a few people away. No channel in the history of YouTube has ever done this type of numbers, so help us get there, 400,000 subscribers. Also, like this video, 3,000 likes. It really helps in the algorithm ranking. And consider becoming a member. Members will get access to this complete document, which I went over during this broadcast. And finally, always be kind to one another in this channel. Keep the kindness going. People see the kindness. They feel invited. They feel welcome. They see that this is a community where people help each other, where we talk respectful to each other, and we're very kind and welcoming. Welcome new faces and welcome familiar faces. And together we'll get through this all together. And boy, I'm back with you in 2 hours from now as we go into a new day of Wall Street. It's going to be a lot of exciting news. Stay informed, stay focused, keep on smiling, and stay with LA for more.